Hey, it's Comet-Man here, back with another video. After 3 months. Yeah, apparently YouTube videos need a lot of work and planning, which did not much of went into my old videos, which is probably why they're so awful. Please don't watch them. I just left them online just to show progression or something like that. But anyway, today's video, I'll be drawing and writing my original story, telling my original story. I actually did once tell this story before. This is kind of a remake of that. It was titled The Maestros. I think it's still on. Yeah, this is gonna be a part of a series of videos I'm doing. I'll still occasionally go back to drawing old animated shows I used to watch, but for now, without further delay, introducing outside the capital city of the province Kingdom of Arkany, beyond the farming villages and the industry districts, 2 convoys of the Secret Regulations Division, each with 2 squads inside, carefully but rumbly tread alongside the dark forest, careful not to wander into the fallen wastes as night fell. Right inside the second convoy, Cadet John Yoshida Tobin attempts to hype his 2 partners in the trio up. This is it. Our moment. We don't know what's gonna be beyond those doors once this vehicle stops. Oh, you forgot to read the mission file too? Interrupted Cadet Allen. Phew, that was just me. Not what I meant, John. And you know, Tom added, based on our history, we have about an 83% chance of humiliation. I'm just really excited to be near an actual electrofield manipulation test, Tom would ramble. I mean, I've been intrigued with the work of unified field theory ever since I could read, showing his work on his homemade laptop. Before Tom could ramble on, John would pause him to re-clarify that this was their moment to prove themselves. Yeah, but last time, Tom would bring up, before getting cut off by John. We don't talk about last time. But this would catch the attention of the hulking agent sitting across from them, releasing a bellowing laugh, nudging her trio of squad of agents to tell them the story, slamming down her heavy axe as Maddie regaled them with a tale. They felt the embarrassment creak up their back as she told them the story that ended in them having to be extracted from a sewer and taken back to base in their underwear, vigorously yanking a laugh out of Remy and a giggle out of Luna. To keep cover, we had to tell the Enforcer Knights it was waist clog removal. Maddie yelled, barely containing her laughter. The laughs would be cut short as the vehicle stopped, and with a static, their director of operations, Lila Khan, came on, strictly expressing the importance that tonight's project goes unimpeded. They were working with technology from the Akira division in Kazanami, as well as technology from classified sources. No disruptions from enemies or otherwise. Tom and John, knowing she's implying to their trio. Feel sorry for whoever she's talking about, Alan remarked. Tom and John smacking their foreheads. As the trio squads marched to their posts in the forest, John kept trying to reassure Tom and Alan that this was their moment. Only Alan was getting inspired. Tom was daydreaming of the scientific wonders going on inside that battleship right now. The 3 only getting a passing glimpse of mysterious crates being loaded onto the battleship SS Erie. Later, the night was uneventful. John still ever steady, clutching his swords. It was silent, until broken by Alan snacking. What? I skipped lunch. All would change when the electric hiss of their walkie-talkies came on, bringing the information that one of the squads was getting attacked. A group of rebels had emerged from the forest, their comms running. He could hear agents getting cut down, and Maddie was battling with what was seemingly the rebel leader. Within minutes, all the other posts were getting attacked as well. Tom, John, and Alan standing, awaiting their turn. Alan with an arrow drawn. Seemingly no one was coming to attack their post. The 3 broke their tense waiting after John noticed the 2 of the rebels making their way to the deck, surely to make off with the crate of the technology, like 2 other rebels had already. As they quickly made their way there, "Whew, this is it, John thought to himself. "Alan, fire an arrow," he'd yell. And Alan, as nervously hesitating, with a fire in his eyes, yelled and fired an arrow, which missed by 2 meters, sticking in the boat. But it did get the attention of the 2 rebels, who would then turn around and unsheath some pretty sharp weapons. Woman in purple with the 2 axes looking particularly scary. Having the numbers, the 3 were clearly outmatched, taking devastating blows left, right, and center. The 3, clumsily coordinated, laid there beaten. When one of the rebels made their way to the ship, was met by Luna. As the woman in purple pulled out her axe to finish off the 3, John watched, seeing the other agents back in the forest getting overwhelmed by rebels coming from the post they abandoned. All would pause for a minute, getting distracted by a vibrating hum coming from the ship. Took the opportunity, getting his short sword and taking a blow on the woman with the axes, only to see he hit her utility belt on a live grenade. "You idiot!" she would yell, smacking the grenade away, landing at the center of the 4 of them. And with a boom, the 4 were plummeting, smacking into the icy water. Unable to swim, squeezing for air as their gear weighed them down. Unable to look up as a bright and green light blinded them, emanating from the ship. The rebel who had been battling Luna would attempt to jump off with the ship and its ever-increasing vibration. And with a loud, John would slowly open his eyes, ears ringing a bit, vision blurry, and gasping for air. His heavy utility belt gone, and would look up to see Tom and Alan swimming up with him. 3 thrust their heads out of the water, gasping and coughing for air. Their breath would be gripped again by sudden noticing the ship was gone. So was the shipyard. In fact, they were at a totally different position in the water. The forest up ahead isn't even the same forest. "As I'm scared right now," Alan would remark. Tom and Alan, speechless, despite being wet, static from the ship's light coursing around their clothes. The 3 faces in confusion, cannot make any logic of what just happened. That's it for this first episode of the J.A.T.S. Do you guys prefer the filter on or off the drawing? Because with it on, it looks nice, but it looks like it's taking place at daytime where the intention is for it to be nighttime. Yeah, I guess that's just my awful color work. But yeah, let me ID the characters. That's Alan, that's Tom, that's John. And like I said, this video is the first in a series of videos I'm gonna make, and hopefully over time my drawing and short story writing will get better and better. It's a journey I'm looking forward to. But seriously, this trio is characters I made back when I was like 10. But anyway, I got an Instagram, cometeer.kmx, and with that, this is your Cometeer signing out. Bye bye.